M-Dog Gaming.
Alright, good morning, this is M-Dog, and we're going to start an arena here. We'll have to try to find time to finish it after work, but at least get it going. And I've been thinking a lot about, we've tried to do this before, trying to get in a real aggressive Warlock deck in arena. And when I've tried it before, it hasn't, I think we've gotten, 5 or 6 wins. We haven't ever gotten any higher, but so let's see what we can do here. I think I like Felguard here. The thing about Felguard is I would be nervous to play Felguard until the game gets into a later stage. Unless you had a really dominant board position, playing him early would seem pretty risky just because you're giving a mana crystal. But given the choices here, I think that's a strong enough pick to go ahead and get him. Silverman Guardian's okay. Of the Divine Shield minions, other than the one Divine Shield, I think it's maybe my least favorite. Well, that's not true. I probably like it a little more than the Taunt Divine Shield, but it's not the 3-drop as well as the 6-drop Divine Shields. I think are a little better. Young Panther's fine. Often trades up to a 4, but we're going to have to go Blood Imp. An early Blood Imp is really good. Shadow Flame, let's see. Shadow Flame's strong. Destroy a friendly minion and deal its damage at all enemy minions. That can be pretty brutal. I think it's hard to pass on that as much as I like Sunfury Protector. I think we'll go Shadow Flame. And this is between Mad Bomber and Demon Fire. I think we'll go early Demon Fire for the removal or the buffing. Another Blood Imp is great. Okay, this would be our first 5, and it's a good one. We'll go Stranglethorn Tiger. And I think we'll go Shadow Bolt for the straight removal. Power Overwhelming is really cool, but we'll go Shadow Bolt. Bloodfin Raptor. We just picked up a Shadow Bolt, and we need some strong 2-drops, so we'll go Raptor there. I think this is a Golem pick. So we've passed on 2 Shadow Bolts, but we do already have 1. Really nice 4-drop, but look, Argent Commander. It's almost, there's 2 of these in just about every top playing constructed deck that I've seen. I mean, when I hear people talk about their decks for constructed and see some of the top decks, it almost always has Argent Commanders. So if it's that strong because of its charge and Divine Shield, so quick removal, and then it's still on the board, it's got to be dealt with. If it's that strong and constructed in Arena, I don't see why it's not just as good. So I think we get Argent Commander there, as much as I like an early Twilight Drake coming out. I'm going to go Bloodfin Raptor again here, get another solid 2. And a second Shadow Bolt. We want maybe a couple more 2s, but this is our 4th Shadow Bolt we've been offered, so to get 2 of them I think it's strong. And I think we'll go Silverhand Knight here. Just trying to temper how many Warlock spells we're getting. Drain Life is really nice. It sort of counteracts your hero ability, and it's some removal. Of course, Youthful Brewmaster is one of my favorite 2s, but right now we've got 2 Raptors, so we'll go Drain Life. A 3rd Blood Imp. No, I think we'll go Succubus. 3rd Blood Imp would be great, but I think Succubus is also very, very strong. And this is between Ogre and Mortal Coil. I think we'll go Mortal Coil. Small removal, or just helps in trading, and plus just helps you cycle cards along with your hero ability. Alright, and we'll get Sunfury Protector this time. We've already got a Shadow Flame. Don't we? Yes, we've got 1 Shadow Flame. We've got 1 Felguard. I think 1 is enough, and Sunfury Protectors are really solid too. Alright, let's look at our 2s and compare them to our 3s. We've got 1 spell, 2 raptors, succubus, and Sunfear Protector. So we've basically got 4 strong minions. 3s, we've got just 2 minions. So we'll go Jungle Panther here. So the curve is telling me to get Cult Master, but I think we're going to get Power Overwhelming here and just hope to get a couple more 4s as we go. We don't necessarily have to value the card draw from Cult Master as much as we normally would because of our being a Warlock. So this is, I think, in most cases, this is a Azure Drake, especially when spell damage does matter. But these 2 choices, I like both of them. Mind Control Tech is great, but if we're playing aggressive, we may not have that many times of having 4 enemy minions. At least I hope not. We're not going to do much healing, so Light Warden in this deck is not that good. So we'll go Azure Drake. Summoning Portal can be really, really solid, but it becomes such a target, I don't know how long you would expect it to be up, and Divine Shield on the Scarlet Crusader is so strong. I think we've got to get that. So another Shadow Bolt, which would be number 3, or a Drain Life. I don't necessarily want another minion 3-drop right this minute, so I think we'll get another Shadow Bolt. So we have some 3s, we don't have that many 5s, and Venture Co is so solid. I think we'll go Venture Co. We need the 4. We don't have any taunts. We don't have any 4 minions, so it's definitely going to be between Brewmaster and Shieldmaster. I think we'll go with Brewmaster, actually. And another 4. We'll get the Dragonling Mechanic. The Earthen Ring Farseer is the pick here. Although we could go Kobold Geomancer. At that point, we're talking about doing 2 damage with Mortal Coil, 3 damage with Demon Fire. I think Demon Fire is impacted by spell damage. Certainly our Drain Life, I think. I'm not sure. Shadow Bolt would be 5 damage. So there's some reason to pick up a Geomancer, put him down, and then have a little bonus damage. But I do like having the Earthen Ring Farseer. I think this Restore Health is just too strong for our Warlock. Both, even if we're healing minions or if we're healing ourselves. Hellfire can be good, but I don't think it's necessary. At least in my mind, I don't think it is. I haven't played with Warlock enough to know for sure, but we're gonna go Stormpike Commando. Again, that 2 damage coming out can be really great. Get a 3rd Flame Up. Not a huge fan of Dread Infertile. We'll get a 3rd Flame Up. Bane of Doom, I think. Really, either one of these, Pit Lord or Bane of Doom, I think is the choice here. Molten Giant can be really good, though, too, for a Warlock. You're going to be taking damage, if not from the opponent, certainly from yourself. This is a hard decision. Let's see, a 4 minion would be really nice, though. I think that's why I'm going to go Pit Lord. I like Bane of Doom a lot. I like Molten Giant in this deck, but I think we go Pit Lord because of the 4-drop. And Siphon Soul, I think, is a good last choice. So interesting, and somewhat because of all the Shadow Bolts we got, but our 3s is way out of proportion with everything else. But I'm really curious to see how this deck's going to play.
asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine!
Pretty good, but we're going to send one raptor back. Trying to diversify our starting hand and also the types of cards that we have coming out here.
I greet you.
Hello.
Okay, raptor here. Job's done. Coining up to put a 3-drop down, or possibly to... Okay.
Pain speak to me.
It's not really worth shadow bolting. Obviously we could damage this and then heal ourselves back up so that she can't just hero ability us next turn. And because I don't see another natural play to do here, I think we will do that. And then we'll have an opportunity, if we want, on turn 4, unless there's a reason to Shadow Bolt, have an opportunity to taunt. Kind of a lucky arcane missile there. Let her trade. Let her trade if she wants. She can't kill everything. That's where this mage hero ability is so powerful, though. She can straight up trade here if she wants.
Pain speak to me.
Favorable play for her there.
Shields up!
You wanna blow something up?
It's a good time for drain life, I'd say.
I got this.
And right now, all we have is removal in our deck, so we're gonna have to cycle through cards. Wow, things you don't expect to see. All right, so we can do 4. It gets it down to 3. We could just go. That didn't even kill it. I think we just Siphon Soul it.
I got this.
We could have used Shadow Bolt, attack with this, and then Mortal Coil it, but that cycle through a lot of cards when we could just do the other.
Engaging TC-130, mental dislocator.
Let's see. You know, we could Power Overwhelm this. That kills it. And then trade here, Mortal Coil, and then Dragging Loom. I think I like that.
I got this.
Ooh, that's kind of a nice drop right there. We were gonna do Dragongling, but I like Venture Co right here because this is gonna get premium removal out of her hand. Polymorph or whatever she's got. She's got a hero ability, our little fella there.
Shall not fall.
And I think we'll just pull out Pit Lord and Demon Fire this to get out of the way so we can attack her face. No point in getting distracted by the Silver Moon Guardian at this point. I tell you, one thing we did not get any of in this deck is Silence. I don't think we ever had a choice of getting an Owl or a Spellbreaker. So she can take out one of them. And we'll go ahead and Shadow Bolt this down. I'm sorry, but I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want to get the Pit Lord back out to do 5 more damage to ourselves. We could have, but I don't know. Unless she has Blizzard or Cone of Cold, she's probably going to have to hero ability this one. And that leaves 5 mana to play with. Very possibly whatever she puts down might be something we could Shadow Bolt.
For Najata.
Close. She's able to heal herself. Alright, so now we're doing 5 damage here. It's too good to pass up. We'll put our Raptor out for now. Succubus would have been a strong play there, but we would have lost either the Raptor or the Brewmaster, and I don't think that's necessary at this point. She's got to be able to freeze our minions up right now.
Well played. You win.
Okay, so we got the first victory there. It is a little disturbing when you realize you don't have Silence. That means we're going to have to figure out a way to just sort of plow through any big minions that come if we can't, if we don't have the removal available at the time. I do like how much removal we have, as long as we
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
as long as we get a good balance
Your
of
soul shall be mine. Your soul shall suffer.
as long as we get a good balance of spells and minions in our hand, then that's okay. Well, I'm glad we traded them back. I was a little nervous about doing it, but then now that I see what we got, I'm glad we did.
I greet you.
Alright, I think we just wait here.
Greet you.
Hold on to that coin, see what he's going to
Put this
play.
apple on your head.
3-2. Wow. That's an early Soulfire. He might have tons of them though. I've seen that happen in Arena where you get 4 or 5 Soulfires and you just feel like you just gotta play them. We'll go ahead and put Divine Shield down next. At least get that Knife Juggler out of here, hopefully.
For the crusade!
Get a little more removal out of him before we play something like Felguard. And if we don't have to play it now, like I said before, I'd rather play it a little later. Yeah, this is a taunt card that's floating. It's a little scary. Okay, there it goes. I think we unfortunately are going to have to just remove this so we can go ahead and trade there. A little bit of an unfortunate Shadow Bolt.
Join or die.
So we're going into turn 5. We don't have any big minions. I think this is a good time to go ahead and get second beast out. Keep the pressure up a little bit here. I think it's very possible that, you know, he'll just use removal on this. There's Moral Coil, draws a card. So that wasn't going to last, but hopefully this will be able to. It's really not worth doing that. This does 4 damage.
I wonder.
I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. Every time I see one of these flame imps, in my mind I read Blood Imp.
We must cleanse
Of course
the
it's not,
Sunwell.
so that's going to leave him with 3 health. Okay, if we trade here, this will be live as a 4-1. And then trade there, but that leaves the panda up. I do think we'll do this. Let's go ahead and take a chance here and tap. Okay. That's interesting. Two. We'll just go ahead and put Dragging Wing
Just me and
out
Mr.
there.
Right.
He's got a little bit of a health advantage on us. Cards are even. Decks are close to even, so he is going to trade there. Shadow Bolt. A little bit of a waste of a Shadow Bolt in my mind, but sometimes you just got to do it. Looks like he's not going to. We'll do the double trade Mortal Coil here, I think. 2 for Mortal Coil. I don't see a better way to deal with it. I guess we could 2 for Mortal Coil and leave this on the board. The thing I don't like about this Core Hound, for such a pricey minion that does so much damage, it has so little health. It often doesn't stay. Do we Felguard here? I think we do.
So many possibilities.
Watching you die.
Downside of Felguard, I mean, it's a nice little card. It's got taunt, 3/5. Downside is we did have 7 mana crystals. We just went down to 6.
Who dares summon me?
Ooh, that's a strong play there. Discard 2 random cards. Kind of a random drain life there. A little surprising that that was the time he decided to do that. I actually don't think we have to play Venture Co. right now. You know what? We'll take a chance.
You're in trouble now.
Okay, it's probably best case scenario that the Golem went, but I think we needed a strong presence on the board. He's down to 2 cards, and we don't know what those are. Okay, Summoning Portal. We'll target that for sure.
Ooh, you're in trouble now.
Oh,
That was a mistake.
dang. Just gave up Deathwing. So Deathwing right there would have given us some trouble. For sure. For sure. Alright, we can just Shadow Bolt this one.
You gotta be kidding me!
Venture Co's pretty deadly right now, I'd say. Unless he really draws into a heck of a card. He's gonna see what else he can get.
To Northrend!
Take this out. Oh, you don't want to go to my face. Alright.
I've got a huge gun.
We weren't quite lethal there, even with the commando. 4, 5, 6, 13. We were almost lethal. I think we were 2 away from being lethal. So he's putting down everything he can here. That's a nice play. We probably, unless we get a... Okay, if we play this, this has 1 more health, which means it can live through that. But we could also... I think we win here, yeah. Okay. What do we have, like 3 Blood Imps, and that's the first one we've seen this whole game, so they just happened to not come out that match, but that was fun. That Shadow Flame came at just, I mean, it just worked out where that Shadow Flame worked out perfectly, just to clear the 2 taunts off, and even though our Venture Co mercenary was going to be dying at the start of his next turn, we were able to get 1 more attack in with it, which ended the game.
Gul'dan versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, we'll keep Flame Imp and Harvest Golem, I'd say. Not Shadow Flame. It's way too early, I'd say, to try to keep that in your deck. But, alright, even better. Blood Imp, Flame Imp. Turn 1, I'd say Flame Imp. Turn 2, looking like Blood Imp.
I greet you.
If it lives, all of a sudden to have 3 health on this could be really beneficial. If it doesn't matter, then we may just tap here.
Is this really necessary? Do I have to?
I changed my mind and decided just to go ahead and get it out there. Turn 3, Harvest Golem. And he's just going to heal this turn. cycling, looking at his cards. He's trying to check them out here. And we're just going to keep going. Everything's got one more health because of our Blood Imp. Really strong, especially in arena when you're doing a lot of trading, trying to trade favorably. So he's doing something for 4 here. That's not a shadow word. What's
Your magic shall not cease.
silence? Oh yeah, silence this. Okay, that's pretty good play. Just keep it rolling here. I think so. Get some good damage in while we can. We're at Silverhand Knight next turn, possibly. See on his turn 4 what he's going to do. Mind Vision, he's got 3 mana to play with. And Mind Vision is the one that takes something out of our hand. Oh, there's a good play. Takes out the Blood Imp.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
If possible, want to stay around 3 minions on the board. Don't want to, this early, get more than that, I would say. 7 health. So if we, let's see, get him down to 5, this would get him down to 3, this would get him down to 4. I think we go trade with these 2 and then Mortal Coil him. We could also just, that's probably a better play. Keep our stuff alive here. This will become a 6/6.
If you insist.
Mortal Coil. And put out a stealth minion.
Battle.
Keep it rolling here. We are short on cards, but we've got him down to 10 life, so if we get the right cards, then it's not a bad thing. And I like Venture Co here, and I think I like Venture Co by itself. Nah, let's go back up to 3.
You gotta be kidding me!
Because we're lethal now, clearly, and he has to deal with multiple minions. Either has to take this out, Shadow Word Death it, or take both of these out just to survive next turn. This could be a Shadow Word. Well, I don't know. Why would he be attacking the Raptor first or putting a spell on the Raptor? I don't know. Seems a little strange unless I'm just not thinking of a likely play there.
I must consider.
If he does put down one of those big minions again, I didn't mean to do that. If he did put down one of those big minions again, we did have Siphon Soul, so that was kind of, if he had a huge taunt or something, we could have done that. But anyway, all right, 3 wins. Let's see what the game 4 looks like here. If a match is going really well like it was on that last one, especially with the amount of removal we have in our deck, don't have to stress out quite as much about mind control.
Watch your back.
Your soul shall be mine.
So we're going to take a chance here to get something a little better. We'll keep one of our 3s. Jungle Panther's a really strong early 3. So is Harvest Golem. So now we've got 2 3s and a 5. Hopefully we will draw into a 1 or a 2 here on our first couple turns. If not, on turn 2 we'll just life tap. Okay, so we are going to need to life tap next turn if we don't get something that we can play. We've got some cards. Looks like we're going Jungle Panther turn 3. Unless he coins up and puts something out that we just really need to Shadow Bolt. Right now he's got 6 cards plus the coin. So he's just going Dagger here. I think that's... Oh, he didn't even attack with it, so he's really playing a little defensively here. So he can do 1 damage. I'm trying to decide. I actually think at this point with a clear board, I want to go Harvest Golem. Because that sort of starts the building process of having some big board presence. A rogue in this case is going to be doing a lot more single target removal than multiple target removal. Fan of Knives does 1 damage to everything, but mostly they're going to be just taking single targets out. So anything like Harvest Golem that if they kill it, another one comes, it's pretty solid. I think this is Shadow Bolt. We've got 2 of them in our deck. You know, the only other thing we would do is play Jungle Panther, but then we can't really trade here, so this is definitely a Shadow Bolt moment. Go to the face and see what he comes back with. We've got all kinds of options next turn. It's probably between Azure Drake and Silverhand Knight. The nice thing about Azure Drake on this play, according to what he plays, is it coming back turn 6, something like Shadow Bolt would do 5 damage if it survives the turn. But let's see what he drops. Okay, now he can go ahead and hit it here if he wants. Okay. So he's cycling through some cards. Good play, and now he can hit it with this, and we won't have anything on the board, and he still has 2 mana to play a minion down. Oh yeah, good play there. Some Murlocs. Given that is his play, I think we'll actually go with Silverhand Knight here. Get a couple of boards on the up there right now. If he wants to trade here he can. Or if he has some removal, he could just remove this and then trade with this and his dagger and keep this on the board. He's got some options right now.
Ready to ride.
So he'll probably hit this and then trade and then trade. Now he's going to coin up, so we're definitely getting some of the cards that he's been holding out of him. Puts a 3/3 out. And we'll just take that right off the board with our Argent, I do believe. Certainly this is not a Siphon Soul target. We do have other options, but I like to clear the board when it's pretty pain-free for us. And so go ahead and put that out. You know, if he has a poison, put it on his blade, he takes it out in 1 turn. But he'd only have 1 durability left unless he first used his hero ability. So. Alright, and we'll probably trade here. But let's think about what we're going to play before we make that commitment. Let's see. 4 damage is tempting. Then we can trade here or ignore him. 3 and then put Dragonling out. I like that. And we are going to just ignore his little squire here. Let's see what he comes back with. Turn 8, maybe an Azure Drake, Scarlet Crusader, or Jungle Panther play. Unless we need Siphon Soul. This might, if he has a big buffed up 7-cost minion, he might put it out here to try to slow us down.
Go ahead.
No, he's just going to do Assassin, so we don't want to put anything too strong out right now because we know that he can kill whatever he wants next turn with his epic Patient Assassin. Pretty good card here, only 2 mana and it destroys any minion damaged by it, so he is going to take that out, just take the damage. I think this would probably get him his juices flowing enough to... Yeah, you know what, on the other hand... So ideally we'd like for him to have to use this on one of these 3 targets. And we'll save this. I think it's also likely, though, that he might just take this out with his dagger.
Bend to my command.
Take this out with his dagger and then leave this stealthed and wait and see what we do. Because of his weapon and the possibility of this enraging, we got it off the board. Yeah, we'll just siphon soul this, I believe. Siphon soul it and probably go ahead and play Blood Imp. We'll tap to have full choices for next turn. Go ahead and do some more damage. Got assassinate. So he's going to be down to 2 cards in his hand if he plays this. Oh, there's deadly poison. So he's just kind of saving that to see what we play. And we could do 5 damage right here, but we'll wait. I think we'll play Azure Drake. We can only do 3 damage, so that's a... And we'll play Pit Lord here. And we're definitely lethal next turn. If either of these 2 minions survive, we're lethal. There's a sap. And it's a good choice to sap something that does 5 damage to you when you play it.
Magic shall
Silences
not save.
this. But we're still lethal. He's got 4 mana left. And we'll just keep this nice and painless for him.
Well played.
Well played.
Lots of choices there on how to proceed. If we weren't lethal and there was a lot of advantageous trades, that match was certainly going very well for us at that point. Well, from yesterday, if you were watching the Shaman video earlier, we did finally finish Spellmaster, and certainly this deck has a lot more spells in it than that Shaman one that we put together yesterday did. And we're going to go ahead and probably stop after this match. And maybe after work later today we'll pick it up and finish recording and see how far we get, and then just upload it and put it up there to have another video up on our channel.
Gul'dan versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
Your soul shall be mine.
It's kind of hard to argue with a 2-3-4, I think. Especially since we know this is going to be most likely a very aggressive opponent. Warriors, if they do well in Arena, which this warrior has done well thus far, probably going to see lots of weapons, and we may see a fire axe right now. But probably going to see lots of weapons and early to mid-game aggression. That's a weird play. Is he going to coin up? Does he have something else to do there? I mean, I'll trade with that if I have to. Of course, we could Shadow Bolt it, but we can play Blood Imp and live through the trade. And that's what we'll do. We'll cycle through and get another card out. So if he has any of his Inner Rage or the minion that basically does 1 damage when it lands, then...
to me.
Okay. I mean, we've got so many Shadow Bolts, why not, right? Keep the dream alive for the Raptor. We're getting so much value out of this Raptor with the trade on the Alpha, and so that's a 2-2 right there. And then we've also been able to do 6 damage, or 3 damage now to him. Shadow Bolt for an Acolyte of Pain. It's not my favorite moment for using a Shadow Bolt, but oh man, that's tempting to do it again. Let's see, if we Shadow Bolt, make sure he only draws 1 card, and then we can also put Flame Imp down. Although I think I want to drain life instead of doing another Shadow Bolt. Does the same thing, heals us back to 30. I would expect to start seeing weapons soon. I don't think this warrior made it to 4-0 or whatever we are without a couple war axes or a reaper. He also could have some
Blood and plunder.
Oh wow, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think you play that. Like if you see you've got a weapon in your hand, I think it would be difficult to play the Dread Corsair. Because if you equip a weapon at that point, he's almost free mana cost wise. I don't know. What are we talking about here? 7 damage. Oh, that's too tempting.
I've got a huge gun.
And we're gonna cycle. He's got big card advantage, so Earthen Ring is nice, heals us to counteract the life tapping we're doing. Doesn't it feel like he's just holding some things here to break something out? Of course, if he's going to, he's got to do it now. I mean, if he puts something down that a taunt, if Shadow Bolt can kill it, then
What now?
that's not enough. I mean, I think he's got to do some removal here. We want to prioritize getting that out. Mortal Coil would be awesome right now. We don't have a way to boost damage. Let's see.
For the crusade!
Scarlet Crusaders with a Blood Imp, that's sick. A 3/2 with a Divine Shield, mercy. I'm pretty sure that's going to be game over unless he's got really something tricky coming behind his back here. I mean, if he had Whirlwind, okay, that's what he top decked, so he can take out 2 things, but now he's got 5 health, so he might live through this turn. We can do 3, 4. Of course, we'll actually probably trade here unless we can be lethal. Okay, so we've got 7, 5. If we do 5, 6, 7, yeah, I don't think we need to get Venture Co out right now. Ooh, that's interesting.
Shields up! Join or die.
Whirlwind would at least take out this and the Divine
We must
Shield,
cleanse
but
the Sunwell.
so now he can take the taunt out. He's got to do a lot more than that. we can do 4 damage. That's it.
Join or die.
Sure, send the little guy.
Alright. So let's review our cards real quickly before we take a break here. So in choosing Warlock for this arena, we had in mind creating a bit of an aggressive deck, knowing we were going to be able to cycle through cards a little more quickly than most heroes with our hero ability, and trying to get some fairly cheap good minions and also some good removal. So what we were able to get, Mortal Coil, 1 damage, and if you're killing something with it, which that's what you want to do most cases, you're going to draw a card, which is nice. Power Overwhelming, it's a good closer, finisher, or to trade up a small minion to kill a larger minion. We only had 2 Blood Imps. In my mind, I thought we had 3, but 2, that explains why it hasn't come up a little more often. Flame Imp, which is awesome, 1 drop. Yeah, it does 2 damage to you, but a 3/2 for 1 on turn 1 is really great when that works out. Demon Fire, good removal. 2 solid Raptors, Succubus, which is an awesome 2. You just got to deal with discarding a card. Sun Fury, really good with the taunt. 1 drain life and 3 Shadow Bolts. All these really good removal. 2 damage and heals yourself by 2. That kind of counteracts using your hero ability once. 3 Shadow Bolts, that's 4 damage. That's been great in that early to mid game for removal. Earthen Ring, a little more healing. One time we used it on a minion, but you also can use it on your hero, again, to counteract the damage you're doing to yourself. Felguard, not my favorite pick, but it works alright. If you do it too early, it really can set you back because it does destroy one of your mana crystals, so you basically have the same amount of mana crystals the next turn as well. Harvest Golem and Jungle Panther, Scarlet Crusader. 3 of the better 3 drops, especially Scarlet Crusader. Shadow Flame was a fun way to end one of the matches we've won so far. Ancient Brewmaster, always solid. Dragonling, very solid. Pit Lord, good. Again, not my favorite of the Warlock cards, but it gets the job done. A 5/6 for 4 mana, even though it damages you by 5, is still pretty solid in the right situation. Azure Drake is great, especially in this deck when we do have plenty of spells using that spell damage. It's really good 5-drop with Silverhand Knight. Stormpike Commando is okay. That 2 damage did come in handy against the other Stormpike Commando last match. Stranglethorn Tiger, very consistent 5-drop. Venture Co, one of my favorite 5-drops. Siphon Soul, ultimate removal there, and 1 Argent Commander. So that's our deck, and really, really good minions, lots of good removal. We'll see as we get into a little bit more difficult opponents here now that we've gotten 5 wins, but a good start, obviously, as good as you can have. So, but we'll continue this later. Appreciate you watching, and hopefully we'll have this video up sometime tonight. Okay, here we are continuing our arena run with the Warlock. I guess we're 5-0 so far. And this was a pretty aggressive Warlock deck we have built, and see if it continues to perform well, or if we start to trip up a little bit at this point.
Gul'dan versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, so we can lead off with the Flame Imp, and according to what they play, we can come back with the Blood Imp or the Succubus. Let's see what the Priest does here. Of course, the Priest has a lot of healing output, but also can do some pretty good damage. With Holy Nova, can do the AoE damage that will take out our Blood Imp. So we'll go ahead and get some use out of him here early game and see where this match takes us. Just going to heal himself, build up his cards. Fairly typical for what you see a Priest do if they don't get a early drop that really makes sense to them. So we've got 4 damage, but we'll discard a random card, or we can just go ahead and go with the Raptor here. And see if he does anything until he gets to when he can put Holy Nova down, which I believe is 5 mana. He's going to coin up to put something down for 4. Go ahead and trade our minions. Nice little play there.
You're in trouble now.
Hopefully he doesn't have any more of those cards. Let's see, what was Shadow Madness? So anything that has a 3 or less attack is possible to get taken by that. So if we Blood Imp here, we then have 5 health, and these are basically very similar cards. What we run into in terms of a risk here is if he does Holy Nova next turn, both of those will be gone.
As the master wishes.
We could give it Taunt.
As the
I
master
think we'll hold on though.
wishes.
Wouldn't have been a bad play to go ahead and attack with the Blood Imp. Pretty sure he's going to have Holy Nova, but you never know. He could also buff his Yeti up. There's our Holy Nova. And now he'll trade. So far the Priest has pretty much had our number. We can trade with the Yeti and get a little board control back. So he's going to throw that out there. Nothing to buff with it, which is nice for us, but still a pretty solid card. If we put Venture Co out there, attack to the face, he most likely would trade with Venture Co, but he also might buff this health up before doing so. Other thing we could do is go ahead and power overwhelm this and take that out. I think we'll go ahead and attack to the face and then pull this back in, play Brewmaster, and probably just life tap.
Victory! I'll put it on your
Unfortunately, we're kind of putting Brewmaster out there to get traded pretty easily, but not another play that really looks good. If he does trade, this will be at 1 health, unless he heals it up, which he probably will, but so we're now 1 turn away from him having access to mind control. So as much as I might like to put Venture Co out next turn,
I must consider.
alright, so now that's going to be at 8 health. He still has lots of mana left. He at least can heal that up. It's almost back up to original health. He still has 4 mana. So this is where a Priest is deadly, because he's got a really big card out there. We can get it down to 1 and then Mortal Coil it, but he's got a big card out there, and even if we take it out with this card, he's then going to be able to simply mind control ours if he wants.
To Northrend!
victory!
Okay, nothing else for us to do other than just wait and see what he does with his 8 mana. There are many worse scenarios than him getting our Argent Commander with mind control. I suspect he will probably hold it back. Gonna just smite it. So he clears the board and he's got 7 mana to put some things down. See, there's still some cards back here that he's kind of holding. At least one mind control, if not more, I would guess. He's gonna buff this sucker up. So now I got 7 health, and he draws a card. Such a powerful. Probably heal himself here. Such powerful abilities. When the priest can get those things working together, it's definitely trouble. So we need to get some minions on the board, obviously, to be able to deal with this. But we have to do it in such a way where
Just me and Mr. Bite.
there's just not one big target out there that's easy to mind control. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And then we will Sun Fury Protector these.
Shields up!
So the thought here is at the very least we can do 4 damage to the Shield Master and then Shadow Bolt it if it is still at full health. But he has a lot of cards, and he's going to take that one. So he's going to end up being in a really strong position here, it looks like. Shadow Word Pains. Only good news is we are getting some of these cards out that he's been holding. I suspect there still is a mind control, however. We really need something with spell power if we don't get it. So we can Demon Fire this, take it out, Shadow Bolt that, and then probably put Venture Go down. It's really the only play.
So many possibilities.
The problem is he'll mind control it, but I think things are just getting out of control if we don't go that way.
You gotta be kidding me!
This is an ideal candidate to be mind controlled, unfortunately. If a card comes from one of these 2 spots, or it could have been top decked recently, but it's very likely it'll be a mind control. Sort of came from the middle of his deck there. And we knew that was coming, and it's probably going to be game over now, but it would have been anyway had we not gone ahead and removed what we needed to there.
For the crusade!
My eyes are open.
And if he has another mind control, he may want to save it in case we have a big bomb that we're holding back. But, I mean, really, he does 11 damage here. And so there's not a lot of reason for him to hold back now.
Truth is my shield.
So we can trade shields. Then we got to come up with 5 damage. Probably have to power overwhelm. But then this is still alive. Between this and this, he still has 4 health there.
I wonder.
Okay, so we gotta
Join
trade
or
shields.
die.
Alright, we're not gonna be able to kill that this turn unless we do both. And then we wouldn't be able to kill that. 4, 5, 6. Okay. I guess we still can. It's the best we can do. It's not going to be good enough, but it's the best we can do. Dark Knight. Looks like Dark Knight most likely is going to be handing us our first defeat. He's even got more cards in his deck and his hand. Now he's going to make his attack equal to his health. Nope, he's just going to trade. Okay. Still has 8 mana left over.
gotta be kidding me!
Alright, and that is going to be GG.
You win this time.
Well played.
And he had a very good control deck. And I guess you could argue we played right into his hands by being aggressive, though I'm not sure our deck holds up to trying to play a different play style with it. And I can't say that for sure without attempting it, but I just don't think it would. When he was able to use Shadow Madness to take out both of our minions, that was pretty much that slowed our aggression down so much that we weren't gonna be able to sustain it, any aggression enough to win, and we really would have had to win by turn 8, I'd say, with his mind control. And but after the damage the Holy Nova did, it just was a really bad matchup for us, and really we didn't have that bad a card draw, so it just was a really bad matchup, I think. Okay, I guess we'll keep the 4 in case we don't get something cheaper back. There's a 2, that's nice. So this is not a bad starting hand. It's a little slower in terms of minions, but with the removal, playing a hunter here, I don't think it's
I greet you.
too bad of an opening hand. Let's see how quickly he plays. Turn 1. Mario Perino. So a pretty common opening hunter play that you'll see is for them to throw out tracking. This lets them choose from the top 3 cards, but they have to discard the other 2.
Quickly.
If it ends up being a long, drawn-out match, which, knowing Hunter and Warlock both, it probably won't be.
Thank you.
And we are going to hold on to the coin. We don't have a natural 2-drop to play if we play the Raptor now, so we will go ahead and wait a turn before starting our placement of minions. So we could coin into a Shadow Bolt. A little bit overkill, I'd say, this early. And it's really the only other play. I mean, I think we put the Bloodfin down.
So many possibilities.
The risk we really run with this play is so many of his beasts are able to buff each other. This is a beast, so if he puts something down that gives this +1/+1, so he'll trade here just to make this a little bit bigger. And unfortunately, we'll probably have to Shadow Bolt that now. So that's what you run into with hunters if you play right into kind of what they're looking to do. 4/4. So we could put our 4/4 out there. We could also Shadow Bolt again and then coin into Life Tap. We could Harvest Golem and coin into Life Tap. Or we could just put the Pit Lord out there
So many possibilities.
and test his removal. See what kind of removal he has.
I've got a huge gun!
Again, you know, if he has deadly shot, or this is again gonna really be looking at what kind of removal does he have. Multi-shot and then trade would be another option. Multi-shot would take out our Blood Imp as well, and then he'd be able to trade here and get rid of the Venture Co. He definitely wants to get rid of it. Venture Co is the kind of minion that if you drop it on turn 4 with the coin, or turn 5 in this case, it's a pretty big threat.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He's going all out here, getting a lot of his minions out. Shadow Flame would let us wipe all of his minions. That's one option. I suppose we could attack and then Shadow Flame. He's down to 3 cards. We could Shadow Bolt this one, trade here, leave ourselves open to him trading at the very least. We could just play Harvest Golem and take it to his face. I think,
How you doing?
I know we have pretty good minions here, and he's got a lot of damage on the board. I think going Shadow Flame here is not a bad play. We'll life tap and see what else we get.
Don't mess with Tusker.
I let the dogs out.
So he's coming hard and fast with his minions. Let's see, a 2-4 and a 2-1. It's not going to trade real favorably other than the fact that we just have minions out there. And actually it would be a 2-5 and a 2-2. So it's a little better. And then we've put Divine Shield with it, or we could put Golem with it.
I wonder.
Of course, we could also go Shadow Bolt, Dragging Wing Mechanic.
Just me and Mr. Whitey.
And that would leave him with a 4-3, which trades favorably with the little guy, and a 2-3 that doesn't trade at all. So we'd be looking pretty good next turn. I think we'll go ahead and do that.
Summoning portal open.
Of course, we're way down in health here, but we do have a way to give taunt now. 5. 5, 6, 7. Hit that. Get rid of his pint size, or yeah, I think so. Let's see what we draw. Ooh, that's tempting.
Shields up!
I think we'll go ahead and take this out just to limit the amount of damage he can do next turn. And we're just trying to stabilize here, and if we do stabilize, hopefully we'll be able to turn the tables a good bit. He can take this taunt out, leaves us with 1 health. Silence this so he can attack directly here. Again, he's just trying to get us down as quickly as possible. We do have ability to heal a little bit. Alright, he's out of cards. Alright, we can come out with this and take this out and still have 1 health. And then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we're going to have to heal ourselves up, trade well, and then try to take control and use our power overwhelming to try to just sneak out a victory here. Let's play that last. So we're going to go ahead and heal. 3.
My eyes are open.
6.
For the crusade!
Enjoy watching you die.
That was a turn.
Oh, I
to
forgot
get
that's
ready.
taunt, not charge. Okay, so guess we will. See, we have 2 to attack with. Trade there and trade there.
I got this.
Almost out of time.
So we've got what, 5 turns left?
I hope you like my invention.
Gonna be able to play something else. He may hold that back. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll definitely have to trade with our taunt there. All right. So we have 3, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18. 18 damage right now, so we're not quite there.
Join or die.
Of course.
I will hunt you down.
I know, I know.
I got this.
We really cannot afford to life tap now. 12, 16 damage next turn potentially.
My eyes are open.
Heals himself, that's not good. Let's see. Guess we've got to trade.
Of course. Of course.
Join or die.
We're lethal next turn.
I let the dogs out.
Yeah, I think we're gonna win. Mario Perino, good game. Alright. So we outlasted him. He was trying to burn us down, but gave up board control. And we were able to outlast.
Gul'dan versus Uther.
I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
I think we'll keep the 3 here and send everything else back. Keep the Scarlet Crusader in case we get a really poor draw. Yeah, it's not bad. A 1, 3, and 5, and hopefully we'll draw some interesting things as well. He is really thinking about it. Eric the Red, the Paladin here. Okay. If he coins up to a 2-drop, could be a favorable trade for him. That's an interesting play. Every time we attack with this, it's going to let him draw a card. One thing we could do is power overwhelm it and make it be a 7 attack. Take 7 attack off and then not let him draw any more cards off of it. But
Really necessary?
for now, we'll just let him draw cards of it. See how long he'd be willing to let us do that.
Reporting for duty.
Is this really necessary?
And next attack, we might go ahead and make it a 9 attack minion. Guess he's tired of drawing cards off our minion. I think he liked the damage he was starting to take from it. We'll go ahead and put this down. He now has 9 cards. Of course, Consecration is not a good play here. All it does is take the shield off. So most likely we're looking at a minion play.
It's time for a little blood.
Reporting for duty.
Join or die.
Job's done.
Now he knew we were going to do that, and it may have just decided he was willing to use that Amani Berserker as bait to get our shield off and take that out. Let's see what he comes back with. The nice thing is if this survives, we've got a 5 damage Shadow Bolt. We've also got good removal with Argent Commander this turn if we need it. This is not going to survive. I think we'll just play Stranglethorn here, keep it in stealth. Let him sit on that weapon a turn here. Pretty certain we didn't get any oozes in this draft, so we're going to have to take the brunt of that weapon eventually.
Give me a quest.
He probably has another weapon. So we can just go ahead and remove this with Shadow Bolt, trade here, and then heal it back up. I think another weapon will either come this turn or soon. At least in my mind, the only reason to swing with the I guess it's past the weapon last time is if you've got another one. So he's gonna go to the face with that. We're doing 12 damage next turn. Potential of 16. We could just Siphon Soul it. Siphon Soul that.
To Northrend! Victory!
Of course.
That seems a little risky. What if it gets rid of our Siphon Soul That's alright.
You're in trouble now.
There you have it. Your worst fear will come true. You may buff that thing up with kings. But we still have removal. I mean, we have Shadow Flame.
I wonder.
We have Power Overwhelming if we need to take out something that's been kingsed. So we're doing okay. The only downside right now of this match is that he has 8 cards, and that usually is a pretty good thing when it comes to having success. Now he's down to 10 health, but Paladins do have several different ways to heal themselves if you get those cards drafted in Arena.
The victory is
Wow.
Well,
I did not expect that. I mean, I knew he was in trouble, but I assumed with that many cards he'd have a, you know, way of dealing with a couple things at least, but guess not. Well, there's our 7th win. We're now playing with house money, as I like to say on this these arena runs. 7 wins. Pretty much going to get your investment back in gold as well as all the other goodies. So we're in a good place with this Warlock deck at the moment.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Interesting.
your soul shall be mine.
Incendious.
Your soul shall.
Why do I feel like he
suffer.
might play a lot of Warlock here? We're going to throw them all back just to increase our chances of getting a 2 or 3 drop. At least we have a Panther now. A little bit of removal, a Drake that'll be great once we do get to turn 5. Ooh, and a bad first draw there. Doesn't help us at all.
I greet you.
So not where you want to be. We can speed up the card drawing a little bit, but nothing. So turn 3, we'll probably put the Panther down. Looking ahead to turn 4,
Summoning portal.
some sort of removal. Actually, I think we go ahead and drain life now. We don't want a Warlock getting to summon things more cheaply next turn.
Give me a quest.
You just put a questing adventurer out there naked. I think we might just go Demon Fire Blood Imp here, actually. We certainly don't want to leave a questing adventurer out there to just grow and grow. And it would have grown some had we not dealt with it. If he attacks, he'd have 2 health left. So we'll just get card draw out of it, basically. But I don't see anything better. If he attacks here, this does 4 damage, so it would have 2 health remaining, which is what we have with our commando coming out to destroy it. So we're a little behind right now on board control. Everything else is pretty even. See if he has a way to buff that up. Yeah, but commando doesn't have to obey that.
I've got a huge gun.
Go ahead and put it out. Go ahead and put it out. I don't know that he wants to attack here because it just kills his taunt, so he probably goes to the face unless he... And then he'll also try to remove this if he has the removal to do so. There you go. Nice shadow bolt to the face. Now he can do 5 damage, 8 damage now. So he's in a good position. Yeah, I think a 4-3 here I like. Get a taunt up there.
I will enjoy watching you die.
It's probably worth trading. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sure, send
Oh
the
yeah, we
victor.
can't. What am I thinking? We gotta obey those taunt rules. We can't ignore taunt. He's got a bodyguard up here. It's okay. It's a little weak on toughness. That's a good siphon soul there. That's all that damage we did to ourselves is now gone.
You're in trouble now.
Thank goodness. Alright, we can go ahead and trade here and be in a better position next turn. Or we can hit him in the face for 3 and leave. Well, he doesn't kill him. He just hit us to the face for 3.
Too pathetic to fight your own battle.
We did get a lot of removal out of him, but he still has 5 cards to our 1, so he's in a much more advantageous place. Almost, well, a lot more health than we have, and same amount of cards in the deck at this point. So, see what we draw. Probably have to life tap this turn, but let's see what we draw. We do get a little health coming back whenever we decide to siphon soul. 7 damage here is not too shabby. If he puts 1 big minion down, it might be worth siphon souling now. Does nothing. Alright, we'll go stealth. Let's see. Long term, it's probably better to have this over here. Short term, it would have been better to have it over here, I think, but we'll do that.
As the master wishes.
12 damage coming his way. Let's see how big of a baddie he puts down. We would like to see 1 really big minion. Okay, just gonna trade here. Fortunately, that's probably not worth siphon souling. Oh, he's gonna take it right back out. Okay. Doing 9 damage this turn. He must not like the cards that he has right now too much. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We won't tell him we have that.
As the master wishes.
Shields up.
Just me and Mr. Bitey.
So we're in a really strong place now, mostly because of our taunt cards. Even if he really brings it this turn, unless he has the Shadow Flame or something like that, it's going to be hard for him to remove everything.
To Northrend.
He's got 8 health left. Nothing really he can hit here. He can only really remove 1 taunt between these 2 cards. Oh, good. Good Mortal Coil there. I like that. But this is still a pretty big taunt that does a lot of damage, so he needs some good removal to take that off. If he can't, of course, we're well past lethal. Ooh, he's going to take it off. We're still lethal. He's got 2 mana left. Still lethal. We really only need 2 of these things to be alive on our turn to win this. Unless he has a taunt. Why in the world did we silence that?
Well played. Well played.
I got this.
And we were lethal without that, I suppose because of our blood imps. Yeah, we caught back up, took control, stabilized, and there was no turning back. Alright, so let's start the old 8-1 match here. Alright, I've got no sound volume. And I don't know why. No sound volume at all in game. It's a little disturbing. The match has started, so there's nothing I can do now. How do we send those cards back? Don't we just keep those? Playing a shaman. Interesting. Ragnarok. Ragnarok. I like it, Ragnarok. I think the question here is, okay, we've got 2 3s. So if we coin up and go 2, next turn I think we'll just put our blood imp down and call it a day. And see what he thinks about that. He could very likely just totem, or he might have a card to play himself. Alright, so now we'll coin up and get the 3 out. And it will be a 3-3, so it does trade well with his little fella there. His little mana wraith. Now, if he does not remove our raptor, we do want to trade with his mana wraith so that we can then, on turn 3, pull out our jungle panther if we so desire. Let's see what Ragnarok will play here. I really hope that perhaps you all are hearing game sound. I don't know. Oh, nice play. He's going to get the flame tongue out early. All right. Do we shadow bolt the flame tongue? No, I think we just put Panther out. See what he does. We're feeling pretty safe with some stealth minions here. And we have lots of options next turn. And obviously, well, let's see what this is. Okay, I think obviously the play here is probably going to be to Shadow Bolt the Flame Tongue. At that point, this does 1 damage, this does 3 damage. Could do a little double trade. Other thing we could do is just, yeah, I think we'll Shadow Bolt it. We want to get that off the board and then see what kind of favorable trades we can make. I really dare not leave everything up on his side of the board. Obviously, if we take out Novice Engineer, that leaves us open to getting taken out by the Fairy Dragon. If we just attack his face this early, he's still got Fairy Dragon. We're going to play it a little safe here, take that out, and leave us open to a counter there. But we do have a big old minion we can put out next turn if we want to. Oh, he's going to leave Fairy Dragon up. How nice. We'll go ahead and play Mercenary here, I think. The biggest concern we have with Mercenary right now is, I mean, obviously if he has some removal, even if it doesn't remove the whole thing, he could trade here, do a little damage to it, and then trade. We could see Lightning Storm. Anything to take out Blood Imp here would probably be desirable for him. But what we don't want to see happen is, okay, he's going to just attack to the face here. trying to do some quick damage to us. We could do 4 damage there. Doesn't necessarily help us get the War Golem out. That's probably good. Or we could put a taunt card down and slow down some of this attacking to our face. We'll take his taunt out, and now he has to leave this up for another turn unless he has removal. I think he'll probably not attack anything here, but we'll see. Okay. Interesting. So we'll probably put our Harvest Golem out. Let's see. Or do we want a Shadow Bolt life tap? If we Shadow Bolt this, we can do 10 damage to his face. Kind of like that. Start turning up the heat a little bit here. Get some damage in on Ragnarok. Almost certainly I've played Ragnarok multiple times in the past, I believe. And after this match, if we lose and we're going to have another match, or if we win and we're going to look at rewards, we're going to probably go ahead and exit out and then come back in, and I'll see what the video sounded like, and then also I will go ahead and so he's just trading all the way around there. I'll also, he's going to take it out. Well, it took a lot to take out that one card. That's why that card is so dangerous. So he's down to 2 cards. He does get a totem out. The healing totem, which doesn't help him this turn, but that definitely can be helpful later. We could probably go ahead and get, no, we can't get the Fairy Dragon. So it's probably worth holding on to this. I think we'll just put out Pit Lord and Divine Shield or Golem. Seems like a strong play. I think we'll put Golem out, actually. It's going to put us down to 15 health. But such is the life for a Warlock. Now if he's sitting on a Bloodlust or something, life gets pretty bad because he does 14 damage just with what's on the table. So we don't want that. We do have ability to heal up a little bit, but we're going to have to, if he doesn't do Bloodlust this turn, we're going to have to make an effort to really start clearing. Because this low a health, we're in grave danger of getting Bloodlusted. Now if he has any kind of direct damage spell along with Bloodlust, it is GG, and he gets his win. The way he's playing that, okay. So he's not going to Bloodlust this turn. So what's he going to do to that thing? Nothing, maybe? Go ahead and attack us to the face. He is lethal next turn if we don't deal with everything. And that's worst case scenario there. He's in a very strong position now. Alright, so if we play this, take this out, take that out, take that out, we take out a lot of his damage potential. Not all of it, but we take a lot of it out. We also could trade there and take this out as well, I guess. If we use Drain Life, we could take that out, take that out, take that out, but we're not as in strong a position. So we'll go ahead and Destroy that. Heal ourselves up a little bit. And now let's see. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage right now, so no reason to think about that. Go ahead and do this. This. And I think we're not long for this world, so we go ahead and get something else out here. Well, that takes away our potential of ending the game surprisingly, but we probably needed this for healing. Ooh, 4, 6. And he's going to give it Bloodlust. That is GG. Alright, so let me go and check out how this video turned out, this portion of the video, and restart to see if we can get some sound, because that was kind of creepy, to be honest, playing in silence here. Let me check that out real quick. Alright, so I checked out that video. It was a silent video, other than my voice talking, so I don't know what happened. We do have volume now, and this is the last match. Is it going to be an 8-win arena run or a 9-win arena run? Of course, you always want to get to 9 wins. It's so gratifying to do so. But once you get past 7, you're in a really good position in terms of rewards you're going to get and all that. So
Your soul
kind of okay either way. Alright, we're going to get a full refund here. Not a good start here, and Priest is a very tough matchup for us, but we'll do the best that we can.
I greet you.
Coining up to Succubus doesn't make sense here. Bloodfin Raptor is a safer first play, I think.
Let the pain speak to me.
Alright, we're going to go and coin up to Pit Lord. Trade there. Let him get a card draw out of it to get it off the table. Turn 4, we may be looking at Succubus, or hopefully... Alright, so there's a Shadow Word Death we got out of him.
I smell blood.
And again, priests just tend to have an answer for almost everything you do, unfortunately. So we will go Succubus there.
You're in trouble now.
Lost our biggest removal, which is unfortunate. And we will keep the foot on the pedal here and hope for the best. Holy Nova possible here. Holy Nova would allow him to trade and clear our side of the board. It's not necessarily an ideal time to Holy Nova, but it completely shuts us down, and he's already got a health advantage. Alright, he's gonna take this out. Go trade that, heal himself, and really put us in a position where we almost have to trade that, I'd say. We'll hold on to our Shadow Bolt, I think, and trade there. Problem with not clearing a priest board is all of the cheap mana abilities they have of giving minions plus to health and then drawing card on top of it. Power Word Shield. Of course, they have lots of removal. They have mind control, which is just really OP. So, very tough matchup. We'll see here. This is now Shadow Word Death range. This is safe because of being 4 mana from pain or death. But let's see what he does with his Spiteful Smith. A little bit of a strange card for a priest to have, but any of the cards that have big health are good to have in your deck as a priest because your ability to heal him back up. There's the Nova. So it pays off for him being able to wait a turn.
Like to play with fire?
Wait a turn on playing that Nova. Alright. Puts us in a tough position. I like Shadow Bolting this. And then Blood Imp and trading there. Leaves this with 1 health. We are now in mind control range.
Tastingo! Yes!
You gotta be kidding me!
So if for some reason this priest doesn't have mind control, then maybe we'll be okay. If he has mind control, we probably won't be
I
okay.
got the best deals anyway.
Alright, so he's going to get some card draw. Shadow Word Death. And he'll trade and be in a really good position now. We'll have to trade here, most likely. We could drain life it and keep our Blood Imp alive, and then play this and trade with that.
To Northred! Victory or death!
Cards are even, health is even, but if he's sitting on a mind control, anytime he plays it, it would be pretty devastating.
Drink with me, friend.
Four, 8. Then we put this in the... And if he has another mind control, we're just out of luck.
I'll put it on your tab.
We'll see. We need some awfully good draw here.
Pay attention, class.
We could power overwhelm this, trade that out, and attack to his face. See what we get here. Still think that's the play. see. Well, actually, if we give this Demon Fire, it's a 5/5. So trade there, it'd still have 2 health left. Let's do that instead. Before we go getting crazy with taking out our Blood Imp just to remove that 1 card. Hopefully he's not sitting on a second mind control there. Oh, we ruined the house, ruined the roof. That could be mind control. Could also be shadow. Oh, yeah. So funny.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Can't do that, so I actually think right now
or die.
we're going to start turning up the heat a little bit, see what he can play, and hope he doesn't draw into another Nova or Mind Control. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I've got a huge gun. Sure, send the little guy.
To battle!
If you insist.
Just trying to take total board control here and hope that he doesn't get anything really massive coming out, because we've got we've got some somewhat decent removal. It's like he's healing himself and saving whatever he's got for the next turn, possibly. No, he's going to play something.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 13.
Shields up!
Ready?
If you insist.
To battle!
I'm not going to shadow tap? Life tap until it's just evident that that's what we have to do. We're kind of in a position right now where even mind control probably doesn't ruin our day. Let's see what he can play with it, but we can trade here or trade here and then Mortal Coil it, and then we've got 4, 8, 10, 14. I think we're lethal if we do that.
If you insist.
Let's make sure. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Battle!
I got this.
All right. So 9 wins. 9 wins with the Warlock. That's my first 9-win run with Warlock, and that is, believe it or not, 3 9-win arenas in a row. Going back to yesterday, early afternoon, had a 9-win Shaman run. Last night, 9-win Shaman run. Today, 9-win Warlock run. So, sure it won't last, but 3 in a row feels very nice. Look at that, Golden Imp Master. That is awesome. 190 gold, 2 packs of cards, and a Golden Imp Master. Very valuable here. Very nice rewards. And let's go ahead and open our packs as we do at the end of these Let's see what we got in addition to the already great rewards. So we've got rare, rare, 2 rares in this deck.
Rare. Rare.
Really good card here. Feel like we've probably already got 2 of them, but I like the Paladin deck, so it's fun to make sure we've got those. Just 1 rare here, it looks like.
Rare.
I know we've gotten that before. All right, let's see if any of these were new. We had 1 rare that we already had. Let's see, Vaporize is new. First Vaporize. Oh, we have a Eye for an Eye is new as well. Oh, what just happened? Eye for an Eye is new. But we got our first... sorry, we had 1 Vapor... That's our first regular Vaporize, but we did have a golden Vaporize. And now we've got 2 of those cards if we ever want to play those. We got our second Armorsmith, but we already had a golden one. So I knew we had already had some of those. And the golden Imp Master. That's actually the first Imp Master I've unlocked for constructed play. So that's very cool. And I like the graphics there on that Imp Master. She would enjoy the job a lot more if she could just get the imps to quit biting her. Very funny. Looks good. The art on a lot of these cards are really, really good to me. Anyway, that will do it. A 9-win Warlock run. And we will take that. Thank you as always.
Bye bye, Nods.